Previously on Atop the Fourth Wall.
The entity had cousins, for lack of a better word. Creatures similar to it, but not as powerful. And there was this one in particular. Get this. The youngest of its cousins also held many names, but was recognized by all who beheld it as the King of Worms.
Information. Data suggests that Vice entity transferred into Shade and then teleported to Earth as we were approaching an orbital position.
Track him!
Teleport trace has already decayed beyond ability to track.
Looks like Vice is still out there.
5 years I've been waiting around for assholes to come by and try to pick a fight with me! 5 years. I think it's high time for a change. Hey everybody, Javi's back and... Well, the least I can do is sit down, relax.
The King of Worms sits on a throne of sorrow. The King of Worms eats up a man's tomorrow. With a platinum mask, your soul he'll borrow. And a clockwork soldier is born and hollow. And now, the conclusion.
Right. Shall we begin again? Hello and welcome to Atop the Fourth Wall, where bad comics burn.
Welcome to Atop the Fourth Wall, where bad comics burn. Linkar's gonna teach you all a lesson you won't learn.
I just want to wish all of you at home a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays. May all of you find joy and peace and merriment during this holiday season. And
Linkara! I've done it! My Christmas present for you is ready!
Can it wait? I'm almost done with the show here.
No, come along! You have to see it!
Okay. Do you want to walk me through the thought process here?
Well, I wanted to give you something nice for Christmas, and a few weeks ago you mentioned how those foam walking lizards were a big part of your childhood, so...
So you decided to bring one to life.
In retrospect, it does seem like kind of a leap from point A to point B.
This is not point A to point B. This is point A to point New Jersey. They are not even in the same class as one another.
So, you don't like it?
Well, I'm not saying that. I just wish you wouldn't play God around Christmas time.
So, when is a good time to play God then?
Never would be nice. How did you even do this?
With science!
Right. I don't suppose you'd care to be more specific?
Well, altered some reality fields, mixed in a few chemicals and drugs, and some other fiddly bits that I really shouldn't tell you about. Also a magic box.
The new year is going to be hell, I just know it.
Well, at least you'll have a little friend now to help you. Isn't he adorable?
I'm a woman.
You have created life from foam and wire. I am going to start walking now, and I don't know when I will stop.
Merry Christmas! So, how's life treating you so far?
Do I have a big metal wire sticking out of the back of my neck?
Yep, totally integral for your spine to work.
I'm gonna need a cup of coffee.
I am the granter of Christmas miracles! Science bless us, everyone!
Also,
Are you ready?
yep, let's do this.
Power engaged. At your discretion.
It's morphin' time! Ha!
Are you okay?
I feel like a rainbow!
That's the third morpher in a week. Perhaps we should abandon this line of research.
Oh, I'm not ready to give up on this yet, dude.
It took me forever to get the Zeomorpher working the first time. Speaking of, have you seen the Zeonizer? I haven't spotted it since that battle with Insano.
Nope. I'll get a Cybermet from the ship to look for it.
Nah, leave him be. I need them working on the refit. It's around here somewhere. It'll turn up. Oof. Anyway, we need to be working on new weapons. If Vice shows up again, I want the Arsenal of Freedom more powerful than it's ever been before. Oh, and I'm assuming no luck with the latest scans?
Unfortunately not.
God bless it, I thought for sure we'd get it with that scan of the Shade's metallic composition. There's nothing else like it on Earth. The fact that he can move that Shade around without any source of power is impressive enough, but we don't know the full extent of his abilities in his data form.
I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. We should have destroyed the Shades.
Waste not, want not, dude. If we destroyed everything that could be used against us, we wouldn't have Comicron 1 to begin with.
And our lives have been enriched so much since you got that ship. How many times have we nearly died because of it?
Someone's a bit tetchy today.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is. I have been feeling rather uneasy lately, and I can't figure out why.
Well, I'm not taking any more chances. Let's run a full diagnostic on your systems and see if there's anything wrong.
Right on. It almost feels like something's pushing me.
It could be Vice trying to possess you. The fact that you're able to resist shows that that new software works. Remind me to thank Linksano at the next meeting.
Could be, though I don't feel any difference aside from the push.
Still, better to check. Come on, dude. Alrighty, Doc, you said you had some new stuff for me.
Well, first and foremost, I've completed your new communicator.
Doesn't look all that much more advanced than the last one.
It may not appear so, but I can assure you that it is. It has a constant link with both the apartment and Comicron 1, and it has enhanced signal strength. I've also taken the liberty of shoring up some of the design flaws of the last communicator, so the circuitry won't be as brittle. In addition, it has limited scanning function for detecting hazardous environments, plus enough power in the capsules lining it to create a temporary force field for about 10 seconds or so.
So I get a one-time save in an emergency. I'm assuming it burns out the communicator after use?
Mostly, yes. In the event of such a catastrophe, there is an emergency transponder that immediately kicks in and summons Comicron 1 to beam you up and into safety.
Always nice. And I see that we have some new model Cybermats.
Indeed! Haven't finished installing the new protocols on them, but I'll have that done by the weekend. I've put in a few new weapons, varying degrees of mobility and armoring, and new tools for repair or hacking. They will be ideal for infiltration or repair.
Excellent, excellent. Oh, and what about this, Finally get the magic wand working?
You mean the sonic screwdriver?
No, I mean the magic wand. I call it what it is, a magical device that can perform a multitude of tasks, including unlocking doors with a simple spell or using it as a crude laser. It's a magic wand.
Well, right now what it is a lump of junk. Don't Don't give me that look! I've tried to study magic as best as I can under the circumstances, but it's still way beyond me, not to mention trying to integrate magic and technology together. Techno-magic is a relatively new science, and while your contacts were able to help a little, there just hasn't been much study in this field.
Yeah, Aplos said that most magic-using folks just tend to stick to casting spells or enchanting objects. Okay, I'll take over from here. How are we doing on the conventional phasers?
Much better in that area. Here, let's go to the firing range and I'll show you what I've been working on.
Obey the king. Soldier, you will obey.
Excellent! The freeze dart appears to have worked as planned. Now, if it lasts as long as it's supposed to, we should have another weapon to add to the arsenal of freedom. Oh yes, go and dance with Miley Cyrus or whatever it is you do. I'll stick around here and do real work. Ah!
Let me make something clear here in relation to the tagline of this show, Where Bad Comics Burn. I am an advocate of free speech. I do not deny Frank Miller the right to publish this thing, nor do I deny others the right to purchase it if they so choose. However, this copy belongs to me. It is my property. And I have decided that I do not want it in my home any longer. What the?
Oh, it's me, only less handsome.
Who the hell are you? And why do you look like me, but with a stupid Evil Mirror Universe goatee? Oh.
Yes, Linkara, I am you, but from another universe.
Are you the one from the universe that Iron Liz visited a few years ago?
Indeed I am! A transposition had taken place. Where is Iron Liz anyway? I wish to gain my vengeance!
Hey, Linkara, I think I tracked down Judas Liz. Can I You're in the middle of something. I'll catch you later.
She's around. She's just doing her own thing.
Well, I'll deal with her soon enough. But we seem to be at an impasse ourselves.
What the hell are you doing here? Wait, is your beard painted on?
It's a long story involving Snowflame and some ice cream cake, but that's not important right now. The Iron Liz of your universe convinced the Dr. Insano of my universe to use my spaceship to keep me from conquering the world. Ever since then, I've been on the run. I figured that I'd try my luck outside my own universe.
What the hell is it with alternate universe versions of me wanting to kick my ass? Did I miss a meeting?
Silence!
At this rate, Lord Vice is gonna be revealed as an alternate me or something.
Be quiet! I will give you one chance, Linkara. Join me, and together we can rule this world.
Not interested.
Be sure,
There must be something that you want. You want credits? You'll be a rich man. What is it that will buy you? Power? I can get that for you! An answer to a question would be a good start. You've got a magic gun. Where'd you purchase that? It's a weapon, forged by a demonic cult, intent on spreading the word of their god. It destroyed the fools and found its way into my possession.
And in this mirror universe of yours, was there a girl who was sacrificed by that cult? Born out of hatred and pain?
Hatred and pain? You stupid little girl. I volunteered.
You can shoot them now.
Shooting! You do realize you have, like, no room for cover, right? I opened up the living room a while ago. Really? Because there's a table right here. But then again, who needs cover when you've got superior technology? I did not come here unprepared, Linkara. Behold the wonders of the arsenal of oppression.
Nimue, analysis.
Information. The device is similar in function to an anti-magic field generator. However, its suppression method requires a brief amount of time to analyze the foe and adapt.
So you're saying that I need to change up what I'm fighting with every minute or so?
Confirmed.
Oh, then I am going to have some fun. Come out, Linkara! I have you cornered and disarmed. Hardly! 6 years and 300 episodes? I have not been idle. So soon? All right, let's change it up. Aha! Oh, poop. Cause I got a brand new combine harvester and I'll give you the key. Da, 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 da. Come on down, let's get together in perfect harmony. I got 20 acres and you got 43. Cause I got a brand new combine harvester and I'll give you the key. Huh. Technically, I never got a chance to use this before, but better late than never. That's just peachy. Would you stop cosplaying already and fight me, you shrill hobo? Funny you should mention that. I really love this coat. What a pity. You activated my trap card. Oh, shit. You are such a dork! Such a child! Acting out some kind of power fantasy! I prefer to think of it as sound strategy. You're just as egomaniacal as I am. We're not that different. Hell, I'm a prima donna. I admit it. I've been through a hell of a journey these last 300 episodes. I've been forced to see some awful things. Some arriving in my apartment, and some just trying to bring me down for fun. But because of all the things I've seen, all the people I've met, for good and for ill, I've become better. The monsters, though? They stayed monsters. Pyramid Head, I choose you! It hasn't been easy. A few times since I started, I've wanted to give up.
But I've met a lot of amazing people. Loved ones, colleagues, friends. Oh, most especially my friends. My friends, you have been the most amazing of all. Thanks to them, I didn't end up like you.
The device, if you would be so kind.
Welcome to Atop the Fourth Wall, where bad comics burn, good comics are praised, and ignorance and hatred are unwelcome. Now take your gun and go back where you came from.
Why do you wear that stupid flower crown anyway?
I get bored, I go on Tumblr, shoot me.
You're the real evil one.
Yeah, now get the hell out of my universe, you big baby.
You really suck at this.
We'll talk about this later. Mark my words, Linkara, you have not seen the last of
Nimue,
me!
have you finished accessing his dimensional transporter?
Confirmed.
Send his ass back. And I'm assuming that while you were in there, you made sure to fuse the circuitry so we can't just beam to another world?
Confirmed.
Thank you, Nimue. And thanks to all of you for sticking with this little silly comic show for 300 episodes. Here's to the next 300. One final check. I don't want this to end up like that retirement home we accidentally attacked last month. I'm pretty sure one of the old ladies from it is stalking me.
It is confirmed. I also have corroborations from at least 3 other locals about strange phenomena, electrical outages, and a dark figure always covering his face.
We gotta move quickly. Mobilize everyone from your end. I'll start coordinating things from up here.
I am on it.
Dude, what's with all the wigging around here suddenly?
Have you seen the ninja-style dancer lately?
Well, come to think of it, no, but he's usually on tour doing, like, backup dancing for bands and stuff.
Unfortunate. He has not answered his communicator for some time. We must redouble our efforts to contact him.
Are we having a major head trip or something? What am I missing?
90s kid, contact Harvey Fine Voice and tell him to come to the apartment.
He's here, man. I just passed him in the hallway talking to himself.
Then get him. I will issue the recall order for all cybernets in the apartment and anyone else we can locate.
Dude, you want to tell me what's going on?
We found him. We finally found him.
Who?
Lord Vice. We found him.
Three, 2, 1, detonate! I said detonate!
I'm trying. It's not working.
Oh, fine, we do this the hard way.
Actually, it looks like the door is unlocked.
Seriously?
Seriously. And I've already disabled the trip mines that were attached to it.
Huh. Disable our bombs then.
Considering they didn't detonate, that won't be difficult.
Vice!
He's not here.
What do you mean he's not here?
He was here. I'm picking up a residual energy trace from his shaped body, but it's decaying rapidly.
How long ago?
No more than a day. Nimue is already connecting to the computer systems and downloading what she can. Looks like he left in a hurry.
Damn it all! Damn it all!
Your anger won't help.
First lead we've had on Vice in months, and he's long gone! We could have been here sooner if the ninja-style dancer had actually shown up when he was supposed to. Where the hell is he?
Luxano said he saw him leave in a hurry.
You know, I'm getting a little sick and tired of everybody just coming and going without a word. Maybe I should just build more cybermats to help out.
Speaking of, the cybermets are infiltrating other areas of this bunker. They're reporting pieces of technology that Vice had to leave behind.
What does it look like?
Armor plating and metalworking materials.
He's probably trying to rebuild his old suit. And Linksano is sure that he's not going to be able to get back onto the ship again?
Positive. Nimue has managed to get into some of his files. Most of them have been deleted, but some are still there, in particular, what he was looking at most recently.
What do we got?
A poem, it would seem.
A poem?
Yes. Specifically, it appears to be about the King of Worms.
The King of Worms wears a crown of terror. In the court of worms, there is none fairer. We are all equal beneath the surface layer. Our souls are screaming and begging in prayer.
Sounds pleasant.
Download everything we find here, and have Nimue pull up the files that Vice had on fighting the entity again. If he was worried about it, maybe we should be too.
Attempting alphanumeric sequence 15. Processing. No response. Attempting alphanumeric.
Hey, Poyo.
Hello, Alan. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for your boss. His last report is 2 days overdue, and I wanted to ask him about that lizard that Dr. Linksano brought to life.
Oh, sorry, we've been kind of busy around here. Our last attempt to locate Lord Vice failed, but we may have uncovered a more serious threat.
Tell me all about it.
Linkara can give you all the details. He's up on Comicron 1. I'll call him back down in a moment.
Okie dokie. Is Nimue okay?
She's fine. Her apartment-based systems are undergoing a standard maintenance check right now. She'll be back up in 10 minutes.
Gotcha. So, what are you doing right now?
Lord Vice moved from universe to universe in pursuit of a creature known as the Entity. In his travels, he not only managed to fight the Entity, but also interdimensional threats like it. He kept records on his battles, but they're heavily encrypted.
So you're trying to get into the records to learn how to fight things like the Entity.
Precisely. Unfortunately, Vice was tied in so closely with much of the original systems of Comicron 1 that many functions of the ship were disabled when we dealt with him. That includes stuff like the temporal shields and also many of his records.
The King of Worms, so perverted by the sensation of fear, was forever twisted in appearance. With its face forever transformed, it dare not show its features to any being, lest its new image forever bring defiance and hatred towards it. Its quest to restore its fearless face brought it to a world that had never known strife, never known hatred or pain or horror. This was a place that had not known fear. The king knew that it had to understand fear if it was to face it again. And so, unto this world of peace it planted a nightmare into the minds of every living creature. In a world of pleasant dreams, this nightmare consumed them in their sleep and in their waking minds. All life in this place no longer able to distinguish the nightmare from reality. Experienced fear so terrible that they turned upon one another. Those that did not kill themselves killed each other until there was only one creature left, and the king to this creature gave it the blessing of a new nightmare, sanity. And upon this being there was nothing but grief and endless sorrow. The king made his first throne upon this world, built upon the crushed soul of the last sane being on a world that had gone mad. Charming.
It's one of a dozen legends about the creature. That's basically all we do have on the king. Legends. Nothing solid or factual. If there is anything on it, it's inside the encrypted files.
Mind if I take a crack at it? I have some experience with encryption breaking.
Knock yourself out.
So you think something big and bad is coming? When are you going to alert us?
I'm sure he was going to inform you in the report. We've just been...
Busy, I know, you're always busy. But Linkara usually is nice enough to let me know when he's going to have to delay his report due to something coming up.
Bureaucracy is more important than saving the world?
No, it's just professional courtesy is all. I get busy too. Right now, I'm assigned to help the construction of a ship called the Kaelestis, the first manned flight to Jupiter. It should launch in... Oh. Got it.
You got it?
Yep, I've seen some encryption similar to this before. Wasn't too difficult to crack.
We've been working on this for years.
And this is why you should trust me more.
Toyota Linkara, encryption broken.
Or you could just leave me right here. Typical. Well, I guess I can get lunch. It's not too late.
Huh.
Dude, what's going on? Why?
What are you talking about? Cyberman emergency protocol, deactivate!
Well? There's nothing wrong with it.
What do you mean there's nothing wrong with it? It attacked me in the ninja-style dancer! How is he, by the way?
Still unconscious, but I don't want to try to wake him up until I know what the Cybermat did to him. But I mean what I said, I can't find anything wrong with it.
The last time we couldn't find anything wrong with a machine, Vice nearly took over Comicron 1. You keep the Cybermats offline, and you take them apart until you figure out what's wrong with them!
I hear and obey.
So what about quadrant 28 by 9 by 18?
Inputting the coordinates now. Negative. It does not conform to your universe's blueprint.
Damn it! But the dimensional timelines...
Looks similar, yes, but that's because it's a similar parallel universe to your own. It's not the one you originate from. I think you want to get to your actual home and not just one similar to it.
Yeah, it's getting to the point where I just might have to settle for it. Lord Vice tracked that entity thing across thousands of universes, but we haven't been able to pinpoint which one I'm from.
Nimue has been sending probes into other universes to collect even more possibilities. We're creating quite the map of the multiverse.
Hey, I'm only interested in one point on that map. That's my home. You know, Sierra could probably coordinate with Nimue on this.
Ever since the incident with Vice, Linkara has been reluctant to let any other computer systems connect with her. Even I have been restricted from doing so.
Sierra is fine. He's better than fine. He might even be faster than Nimue.
Your confidence in my abilities is appreciated, Master.
What was that? I thought I heard the sound of an Edison telegraph.
At least I'm not wearing a ridiculous scarf.
At least I appreciate work that my fans do for me. I am an internet sensation.
That's because you are, as they say, an epic fail. While you sit and attempt to insult me, I prove my superiority by detecting something that your computer has not.
What do you mean?
I am detecting signals traveling on a strange wavelength towards Linkara's apartment. Their origin point is other dimensional.
Why have we not detected them before?
Normally, I would assume because of your inferior scanners.
Watch it, Apple II.
However, in this case, the signals have been deliberately hidden. Whoever is responsible knows the capabilities of Comicron 1's scanners for detecting interdimensional activity. They are not aware of my own unique capabilities in that area.
What can you pick up about him?
There are multiple signals emanating through a very small opening into this universe. I cannot access the other side of the opening. The majority of the signals are heading towards Linkara's apartment. Some signals seem to have no actual endpoint and may just be background signals emanating from random other universes. However, there is one in particular that is directed towards this...
Sierra? Sierra, respond!
I hear and obey.
What the hell are you doing?
What's going on?
He's introduced some kind of knockout gas into the air.
Sierra, I order you to restore the normal atmosphere.
I'll hack into his systems and stop him.
And by attempting to access my systems, you have let me access yours. I have overloaded your power supply. You cannot stop my king.
So, with the assistance of Cloak number 1, the magic wand seems to be up and running now. It's nice work, kid, but what are you gonna do about...
Stop him. Uh-oh.
Poyo? What's he doing back in the small fry? Poyo's bodies share a group consciousness. That way, if one body is disabled, he can just transfer into another. Dude, what's up?
Sierra just knocked Jairus unconscious and blasted my body. We have to help him.
Nimue, did you hear that?
Confirmed. This unit is tracking his vessel now. It has disappeared behind the moon, but satellite relays are allowing better sensor. The ship has disappeared.
What do you mean?
It has simply vanished. This unit cannot offer an explanation at this time.
Poyo, can you tell us anything else about what happened?
Not very much. Sierra detected some strange transmissions aimed at the apartment and then went quiet. He said it obeyed someone and that I cannot stop his chain.
King? You guys thinking what I'm thinking? What is it, kid? The King of Worms. Why do you figure that? It all clicks. Vice was worried about that thing, and while he may be an egotistical lunatic, he'd probably be able to spot signs of a thing like the Entity before anybody else. The Cybermats have gone haywire and attacked me and the Ninja-style Dancer, and the info from the absent grimoire I was able to glean before that disappeared indicated that the King of Worms likes to use clockwork soldiers, aka robots, which is what the Cybermats are. It probably can take over robotic beings like Sierra or the Cybermats.
But then why haven't Nimue or I been overtaken?
It's possible that it's tried. You said a while ago that you felt like something was pushing or nudging you. Kid? Maybe he already has been overtaken. I don't think so, man. Otherwise, I don't think the king would have let Poyo tell me about the attack on Jairus.
But then what's protecting us?
The new security protocols we installed after Vice took over Nimue. The Cybermats were the last ones to receive them. There's no guarantee, though. It's all we've got to go on. Nothing else has changed about them recently.
So what do we do now?
The only thing we can do. Last year, I swore that things were going to change around here, and I meant it. The King of Worms may be after us, but now we know he's there. So we're going after him. Okay, now this is just starting to get silly. Ah, hello, Linkara. You, said you had news for me.
And indeed I do! Very good news, in fact!
Were you able to figure out a way to jam the King of Worms signals?
I'm afraid not, and if those signals are indeed responsible for controlling the Cybermats, it's not safe to turn them back on yet.
Then what's up?
You said you wanted to attack the King of Worms, yes? Well, I found a way.
How?
I have found a way to enter its realm, the Court of Worms, as it were.
Well, we already know that. Nimue was able to pinpoint the location of its portal into our dimension. The problem is, it would probably see us coming.
Indeed! We require a back door, which is exactly what I've created. With the study of magic I've been doing lately, I've been able to discover a way to open a secondary portal into the King of Worms dimension. I will set up an archway that will project energy into a confined space. Then you will use your magic gun to fire a burst of energy into it, while simultaneously using your magic wand to adjust the beam as it fires so that it will cut a hole into that universe, and we can charge in and attack.
If you say so. After we defeat the king, how do we close the portal? I'd rather not have a dimensional portal open in my living room. The one in my office took a few days to close.
Once I switch the projectors off, the magic energy from your gun will dissipate and it will just close on its own. Although I admit I don't really know how you expect to kill the King of Worms once we're inside.
Well, as you know, we were finally able to crack the database Vice had gathered on how to fight creatures like the Entity. We'll have a ready-made arsenal for fighting eldritch horrors before we make the attempt. Good work, Doc. I'll let the others know.
Just doing my job! I hear and obey.
Okay. First and foremost, let me be clear about this. The primary goal of this operation is to attack and neutralize the King of Worms. If any of you have qualms about this idea of killing it, I would remind you that this thing's big brother almost gobbled up the entire human race. We only survived because I convinced it to kill itself. I sincerely doubt that trick will work twice. The King of Worms declared war upon us when it took over my Cybermats, kidnapped Jarrus, and tried to take over the minds of all the robotic forces we have. This is just our way of ending the war. Speaking of Jarrus, our secondary priority is to find and rescue him, though how difficult that will be is unknown. Frankly, we don't know what to expect on the other side of that portal, but it's probably gonna be nasty. Now, all of your weapons have been modified by the good Dr. Linksano so that they should be effective against entity-like creatures in various ways. But considering Vice never actually killed the entity, that effectiveness will only get us so far. Ever since our last confrontation with Vice, we have been working around the clock. We've built new weapons, new technologies, and we're better prepared than we've ever been before.
What should we be expecting when we get there?
There is little information about the King of Worms' domain. Lord Vice's records hold the account of one man who did foolishly venture into it. When he escaped, he was placed in an insane asylum. His ramblings contained only one description of the dimension itself. Fear predates the tongue or race. There is a place it hides, where maggots crawl at clockwork pace, and platinum mask succeeds the face. In frightful white there lies a place, the King of Worms abides.
You know, one of these days we're gonna encounter villains who don't like expositing everything in rhyme. Alright, everybody. Heat 'em up! Linksano?
Ready! The portal is open. Your task is now complete.
What? The hell do you mean by that?
Cybermats!
Hoyo, you okay?
Anti-gravity propulsion disabled. I'll transfer myself to another body.
Nimue! Emergency Procedure 4! Isolate them! What the hell are you doing?
I am disabling Nimue's interface with the internal systems of this apartment.
That should have just stunned him. I don't... What the hell? Harvey, we gotta... Harvey, we're surrounded. Correction, Linkara. You are surrounded.
Okay, reattaching primary power cable. Now!
You You are the foam lizard Dr. Linksano gave life to.
Going with the name Eliza, and I'm the one who just painstakingly reactivated you.
I did not realize the good doctor gave you technical skills.
He didn't, but fortunately Nimue was able to walk me through the process. Thanks.
Information. Gratitude is unnecessary, but appreciated.
What's our status?
The situation is as follows. Unbeknownst to this unit, the King of Worms was able to place robotic duplicates of several individuals into this home. In turn, the duplicates were able to trick Linkara into opening a portal into its domain, upon which time it launched an attack with cybermats that had been corrupted by its influence.
If this king guy controls robots, why aren't you two affected?
Speculation. Security protocols installed after the last confrontation with Lord Vice have protected this unit and the robot Poyo from the King's influence.
What happened after I was knocked out?
That robot that looked like Harvey Finevoice dragged Linkara through the portal. After that, I asked Nimue what I could do to help.
Before cybermats could be disabled with force field defenses, they were able to disable your other bodies in the apartment. Without them, you were unable to transfer to another body.
Looks like our mission is still on then. Nimue, how long will that portal stay open?
Sensors indicate that the portal will remain open indefinitely as long as the gate structure remains intact.
And I'm guessing that the unconscious Dr. Linksano over there was an android?
Confirmed. It is currently behind a high-security force field to keep it immobilized should it reactivate.
We need some more information. Eliza, come on over. You are not done operating on robots today.
Hello? Hello? Still, pretty stupid of them to let me keep all my equipment.
It has been decided that your equipment is not a danger to our king.
Harvey, what the hell is going on? Where'd you get the robot arm?
The android that attacked you was a replica. It has been in your universe for a year now, acting as an agent of the King of Worms.
And you're the real deal.
This body is of Harvey Finevoice. All that he was, however, is now in service to the king.
With a platinum mask, your soul he'll borrow. The King of Worms can take over regular people. He just needs one of those masks.
Correct. However, the power of the masks does not extend beyond this realm. It is why your clockwork beings were required.
Harvey, you can fight this. You're stronger than some damn mask.
The King of Worms saw fear, it is said. The King of Worms thought fear should be fed. The King of Worms takes your soul to shred. In the court of worms, we are all dead.
And what the hell am I doing here then?
Feel honored, human. You have been granted an audience with our king. Rejoice! For all of your nightmares are about to come true.
If there are going to be any future stories set in this universe with this particular monster, let's hope they'll be better ones. In the meantime, my story may be ending soon, so let's get to that.
It's time.
This is a very sophisticated android, but the thing about stuff that's more advanced is that it also tends to be easier to break.
And if not, I'm sure I can still sever a few more wires inside this thing.
So we've barely seen you around this place for the last several months. We were beginning to think you had left and gone on your own.
Well, I was literally born almost a year ago. And yet when I woke up, I knew a lot of stuff that I don't think newborns usually know. Like English. And coffee. I really like coffee.
So you needed some time to yourself to figure things out. I can appreciate that.
I knew about the cybermats earlier than the rest of you, and I'm sorry I didn't speak up. But I honestly didn't know what to think or who to trust and all that. Like I said, I've been trying to figure out who or what I am.
At the moment, you are a friend and ally, and that is most definitely appreciated.
Thanks. So, shouldn't we be charging in and trying to rescue Linkara?
Not just yet. While the King of Worms thinks we're out of the picture, we have the advantage of surprise. We shouldn't give up that advantage without more information. I have access to the android's memory core. Downloading information now. Once we know exactly what we're dealing with, we'll be able to mount a rescue mission. Until then, we just need to hope that Linkara can handle himself.
Kneel before the king.
I'd rather stand.
You will show respect! What is all this about?
Fear. Leave us.
I hear and obey.
It is about fear, human. In a time before the rays of your sun ever touched the dirt of your planet, there were beings that stepped upon your universe as easily as you would step upon a road. And during that time when the outer gods walked among the inner realities, I experienced that which none of my kind have ever felt before. Fear.
I've heard the legend.
I became intimately acquainted with the sensation, and I understood it, and I wanted it. Fear. The ultimate power. The ultimate godhood. Once, long ago, I wanted to remove that fear from my face, but after so many eons of infinite contemplation, I understand now what it truly is. Can your insignificant consciousness even fathom what I could do with that power? To have the power to instill fear in beings that do not understand what fear is.
You want power over the other outer gods.
To grant them the same fear that has touched me. I would know that fear again. I would bring it to every being, everywhere, forever, locked in fear.
What does any of this have to do with me?
There are realms where I can freely tread as a king, and realms where I could not tread even as a slave. Your realm is one such place. And you human, you killed one of us. It was not even believed we could die, and yet you accomplished it.
Technically speaking, he killed himself.
I could not travel into your realm, only exert my influence. But if the proper gateway was opened, I could travel to your world. I could find the fear that Messengnol discovered that caused its death, and then know it once again, and let everything know it with your device and its crude magics. The gateway is now opened.
The portal Linksano made me create. This whole thing was a trap just to get me to open that portal!
You have done well. I will travel to your world soon.
But I don't get it. You didn't need me, you needed the magic gun. Why didn't you just replace me with an android like you did with everybody else?
It was attempted.
What?
It was attempted. One of your clockwork servants came to you in the night. It used its stun device on your form, and it did nothing. The weapons did not affect you. When you were brought here, a platinum face was grafted to yours as had been done 1,000 times before. It had no effect on you either.
Why the hell not?
It is not known. And that is why you still live, human, even after you have accomplished your task. I am curious, I believe the word is. I would know your secret.
Now you're barking up the wrong tree, your majesty, because I sure as hell don't know!
Conscious knowledge is irrelevant. You will be given one of your hours to prepare yourself, human. From this realm, I can command all beings with machine hearts and machine minds. I am King of Clockwork, Master of Mechanism. All that is made to serve beneath single-form consciousnesses like yourself belongs to my will. That is not enough. To become monarch of eternity, I require knowledge, power, fear. Before I enter your realm, I will know the secret you possess, even if I must dissect your soul itself to discover it. So decrees the King of Worms.
Is there something wrong with the portal?
There is a disturbance within it, as if a large force will be...
Portal secure on the other end. Advance.
Are they...
No. It would appear the information we gathered from the Lynxano android was accurate. The inhibitor will disable the King of Worms' control over them. And if we're wrong, the reprogrammed cybermats will keep them at bay. Beginning search for a distress signal from Linkara. Primary body located. The King of Worms affected repairs in an attempt to get past our programming. He failed. Contact restored and it will be rejoining us shortly.
It's really weird seeing you all talk like that.
We are a group of robots sharing a single consciousness fighting alongside robotic silverfish and a foam droid brought to life through science. Normal is relative. No distress signal found. Eliza, I suggest we split up and begin a search of the immediate area.
What immediate area? Everything is white.
That's because your eyes are not designed to see the things my eyes are seeing. In which case, stay here and guard the portal.
I'm on it.
But that's just my own feelings on the matter with the benefit of hindsight. You're free to have your own thoughts on it that differ.
Linkara? Linkara, can you hear me?
I read you, Poyo. Go ahead.
We have arrived in the King of Worms realm. Are you alright?
I've been better. I'll start transmitting a distress signal in a minute. Home in on that and get ready with guns blazing.
On it.
And make sure you have a way of transferring out. I have a feeling our assault is not going to go as well as we hoped.
Confirmed.
My king has ordered your presence. You will accompany me.
And no room service before the end. I must say, this has been one of the worst hotels I've ever stayed in.
Are you sufficiently prepared, human?
Why do you ask me that when you're just gonna do this regardless of my answer?
Your discomfort may make this probing more difficult. If I push too hard, you may become damaged and the information I want lost.
So I can say no, I'm not ready for this?
No, I just needed to know how hard to push it first.
Well, before you do begin, Your Majesty, I have something to say to you.
Humans chatter so much. I can see your fears, human. I delight in your fears. They are small.
All I was going to say...
Silence. Now, what is your secret?
Was that you really shouldn't have let me keep my equipment.
Position located. Advancing on target.
What was that? Speak.
Just a little force field, Your Highness.
Linkara.
And and a little distress call. Party time, everybody!
Your arrogance and presumption would be amusing if they were not so pitiful. You are only human. I am a king. I am a god. Now, human, it is time to shred your soul and know your secrets.
Woo! Well, all in all, that could have gone worse. Could have gone worse? Some robot's been walking around with my face for a year doing my concerts. The rest of us got masks shoved on our faces. I can't even remember what happened.
Well, it's probably for the best. On the plus side, there don't seem to be any lingering side effects from fancy headgear. And the King of Worms is dead.
I'd say that's score one for the good guys myself.
Which I and my superiors are inclined to agree. We're just happy that the King of Worms is dead.
And I'm assuming your robot duplicate didn't cause any trouble?
They figured out he was an android pretty quickly. We have protocols for this sort of thing.
The government has protocols for dealing with androids?
Of course we do. We're the government. They kept an eye on him, they didn't let him in on anything too important, and he didn't try to circumvent anything. Looks like he was just around as an additional spy on you. He dropped dead as soon as the King of Worms went down. Now, I get to go home and have a nice long debriefing.
Well, you have fun with that.
Oh, I will. And they want you to make a full report about it, too.
I think I liked fake you better.
Except no substitutes. I look forward to hearing your report. Toodles!
Well, I suppose I should just look at the bright side. This is a very snazzy hat that my twin had. Still, in the end, anti-entity tech did in fact work. Remind me to thank Vice after we find him. And before I exile him again.
Whoa! Are you okay?
No, I am not. What's up?
I just finished the autopsy for the King of Worms.
Do I even want to know what's under the skin of a monster god from another dimension?
Well, to answer that, just organs, standard issue organs,
some I didn't recognize, some more complex and semi-mystical. Just overall, not all that much different than any other living creature. It did not take me long to figure out its biology.
Then why do you look so spooked?
Because in discovering its biology, in studying its anatomy, I discovered something.
What? What did you find?
Linkara, our weapons didn't kill it.
What?
You didn't even singe it.
Then what the hell did kill it?
I'm not entirely sure. My best guess, given its anatomy, the equivalent of a heart attack. A panic-induced one. Born of absolute dread and fear. It was literally scared to death.
But if that's true, then what frightens a god?
The answer's staring them in the face and they don't know. You have overestimated their skill. I could have slain the King of Worms in a single strike. Instead, just like the king, they are letting their own fear control them. I say we attack now, get it over with, and put an end to all of this.
Patience, dude. You of all people should know not to wig out about these things. When the time is right, we will strike. And hopefully they'll stand with us, and not against us.